What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K, and we're back here with another episode of the Commission Podcast. This is going to be a fiery episode. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm telling you, our Xbox people, they had it in the bag last show. Like Doc and the homie Storm. They were filing their nails. They had it in the bag. Had their feet up on the footrest. Not today. GamePass is the end of all life and existence. We're going to talk about that. we're going to talk about, speaking of that, Destin Legarie of IGN with the most peculiar response to what is acceptable in the market. Man. We're going to leave it up to Doc Dark to answer that one because that's his homie. Speaking of redemption, though, and on the panel, a panel member getting redemption, our homie Project Storm got some redemption this past week with Steamdeck, courtesy of Phil Spencer. We're going to talk about that. And Stadia passes the coveted 200 games mark. Now, I know people like my good brother King Thrash, yo, they ain't even at 200 games yet. But you'd be surprised at the fact that how long it took the premier platforms to get to certain numbers around the same time. It's going to shock you. I did the homework. And I was doing the homework so much today that I accidentally timed tweets and had y'all here an hour early. But I found exact numbers of how many games were released on other consoles at the same duration. It's going to surprise you. We got all that and more coming up on this episode of The Commission. But with no further ado, let's introduce the panel. First and foremost, my good brother Project Storm. Let's do it like this. We're going to introduce the panel. We're going to kill two birds with one stone because we got a lot of stuff to cover. And we got to wait till we got our homegirl Snobunni Gaming. She's coming. She's not here right now, but she'll be here shortly. So when I introduce you, just give your introductions and tell us what's your favorite game that you've been playing since the last episode. We'll start with you, Project Storm.
All right, it's Project Storm here. Gaming is what I do. I'm a gamer with a capital G. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yo.
All right, I just want to make sure, you know what I mean? Because so I will say this. I've been playing some games that you probably never heard of, like DCS World 2021 is like a jet simulator type game or whatever, man. But there's combat and everything in it, stealth bombers and all this stuff, real planes. Unlike Flight Sim is the reason why I tested that game out, though. I will say that much. I jumped on Flight Sim, did some landing challenges and all that stuff, man. It's very fun. I also played this game, Naraka Blade Point, for PC that came from out of nowhere as well. For me, it's a dope game, man. It's like a battle royale, but there's martial arts and a lot of crazy combat, man. It's just dope. You got to see it. The game is catching fire right now on Twitch and other places, so check that out. Madden 22, man. Madden 22 for Stadia. I have come to the conclusion it is the best version of the game right now, and I have tried the Series X version, the PC version, and now the Stadia version. Stadia is the best. It has the least amount of players right now. But that might change after midnight when the game is officially released, so stay tuned. That's it for me. I'm keeping it short right now because I don't want to do y'all dirty, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how I do, bro.
Well,
I do.
The bad news is I was like, give one game. The good news is you did it so quick. I can't be mad at you.
Man,
So.
I can't just say one, bro. I can't just put one game out there. That's like eating one. That's like eating one grain of cereal or something.
Or eat one Pringle. Hey, now the pressure's on. Now y'all gotta say what everything that y'all, well, not everything, but give a good number of what y'all been playing. But you gotta be quick like Storm. Tron, you're up next.
Okay. I've been playing. I went back to play. What's that called? The RZA. So I'm almost done with the game. And boy, the story is really good. I'm ready to play the second game.
What platform is it on?
On the PS4 and also on the. Yep, it's a really good game.
Okay, you cut out a little bit. So it's on PS4.
Sorry.
What else? Nah, it's all good.
It's on the Switch. It's on the Switch as well. It's the a tier series. I didn't
Yeah,
pronounce it.
I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
it's
about.
the workshop, French for
Hmm.
workshop. And they have like a series on each one on the PlayStation and it's also on PC. So you can't play this on Steam.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can play on Steam, PlayStation, and Switch.
All
It's a
right.
really good series. I recommend people playing it.
Right,
Okay,
all
I'm
right.
done.
Oh, that's it. Okay, all right. Next, we got Destin Legarie's best friend, Doc Dark. Doc, what you been playing?
Doc fell out with power issues. He said,
Oh, did he? Oh, crap. Oh, okay.
"Yeah,
Well, then now we got the homie Proper. Proper, what's going on, brother? What you been playing since last episode?
what's good? What's good? We are still delving into the Samurai Warriors 5 mostly. That's been my
Word.
favorite thing
Okay.
that I've been on. But just like Mr. Project Storm, I've also delved a little bit into that in the Rock and Blade point.
Ooh.
I'm a little fresh on it. I'm still trying to get because it's my type of game that became a battle royale.
Yep.
I'm big on my hack and slashes. Obviously, I'm
Hmm.
playing some Samurai Warriors, which is pretty much the same thing. So, and I also played a little bit of the Naruto Shinobi Strikers, and it's right in that same field. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Oh.
it's a good game. There's a lot of people I've played Naruto Shinobi Strikers with that is enjoying the hell out of Naraka Blade Point.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm on it. I'm enjoying it. I've seen a couple of complaints about it, but the complaints are kind of moot to me because it's about blocking. Because you can't
Mm-hmm.
really, you have to really time your blocks. But best defense is a good offense. So that's how I play those games. So I'm having fun with it though. It's a definite recommended game if you can pick it up.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, for me, I've been playing a bunch of stuff, but my favorite game that I've been playing is X Defiant, but I'm under NDA, so I can't talk about it. So that's it. I'm just real glad that it's
Me
coming
too.
to,
Me
to,
too.
to Stadia, but I've been playing a lot of that. That's taking up like 99% of my time. I have no. You know what? If I can throw this in there real quick, we did a special show. Hey, Bunny, we did a special show today for our Stadia Dosage News members, where I played Wolfenstein Storm Youngblood for the first time. Never played it before. On state, I played it before, but not on state. I played on PC and I played it on Xbox. My God, my God, my God! That
Yes, sir.
game on Stadia is like perfect in so many ways. I mean, it's not native 4K, but it's like at that resolution where wherever it's being upgraded from, it still looks sharp, it still looks good. And it's the most responsive game that I've played yet on Stadia. Now, I don't know, Storm, was it like that at launch? Or because I know people were talking about issues, but I didn't notice any.
Nah, it got better as time goes on. That's the thing about Stadia, man. They throw those stealth patches out there and stuff where you don't have to worry about them. You never see them, and then all of a sudden the game is feeling better, looking better, and all that. The game is definitely one of the ones that people slept on. I remember saying it a whole lot. Some people just didn't touch it, and it is what it is. But it's a fun game. We need to link up on it, man. Run through that
Absolutely.
campaign. You know.
Absolutely. I had a blast. All right, we got Snobunny and we got Doc in here. Snobunny, what
Yes. What's
what is
up?
your favorite game, dear? Glad you could join us. What is your favorite game you've been playing since the last episode?
Color X Malice Unlimited.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's
What's up with that game?
it is a Tomy visual novel. It's a part two to Color X Malice, which came out a few years ago, and they made a part two to like continue the story after these shocking events happened.
Okay.
So it's a Tomy visual novel, but it has a really good story.
Oh, okay. All right. I can dig it. I can dig it. My
Yes,
good
yes, I'm behind on some of my games, so I decided to go back into my backlog a little.
A lot of people. This is summertime. A lot of people doing that. They're getting ready for the holiday season. So yeah, I can dig it. I went and got Wolfenstein Youngblood for $6, and I love it now. So, um, last but not least, my good friend Doc Dark 1985. What have you been playing? What's been your favorite game since last episode?
Man, I have been gaming thanks to this one thing that's going to destroy the gaming industry, supposedly.
Yes. Kill all the babies.
Yes. So I just finished playing Hellblade, which was
Okay.
amazing, 4K ray tracing on, and I even played it at the 30 frames just to see if I could. And then as soon as I was done with that, I put up a poll and I asked people what should I play next, and Ori Blind Forest won. So I'm actually playing Ori right now, and I'm streaming it all on Twitch. So if anybody wants to come watch me when I play, I'm on Twitch playing it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I'm having an amazing time playing these games. It's just ridiculous, man. I'm so happy right now with subscription services that no one can talk me out of it.
Wow, that's great. You're doing all that courtesy of Game Slash, the thing that's slashing and killing all the devs, right?
Oh yeah. But you see, I'm gonna kill him with kindness, though, because once I'm done with Ori, I'm gonna ask what game I should play next. And I usually put up 4 games. I'm gonna put 2 games from GamePass, and I'm gonna put 2 games from the other service, and then we'll see what they say.
Oh man.
Subscribe
Okay.
to both.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, y'all. Wow, we got an action-packed show today. Like we said, we're going to talk about this whole Outriders conspiracy. We're going to talk about what's going on with Stadia reaching over 200 games, Destin Legarie at IGN, and because Snobunni's here, I didn't say nothing at first, but Storm is looking for some revenge. He's looking for some revenge versus Snobunny and Doc Dark, because Phil Spencer, the Phil of all Phils, came out and said that Steamdeck is the real deal Holyfield. So we're gonna talk about that. Before we get to what would you say?
22.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Snowbunny. Yeah,
22 because she wasn't here
Tronny
last
too.
time. Yep.
Oh, I wasn't here.
Yeah, that's all right. I got something for you.
Now,
okay.
I want to let everybody know that you may see our bot give you a new message. It's a brand new link. Leave us a free comment. If you're new, and if you notice, we don't have a super chat button here, and that's cool. But we've repartnered with a company called Loots. And what Loots does is they allow you in the chat to leave a comment, no charge to you, no strings attached. But what happens is that comment goes through their circle and it gets to us and it pops up on the screen and it supports the platform. So if you want to support the platform, free of charge, no strings attached, you can click on that link, or you can simply go to new.loots.com/C/MM2K and leave us a loot message. It'll pop up on the screen and we will get to you ASAP. So we appreciate that. All right. With that said, let me do something real quick first. I wanted to show everybody something because I just thought this was disrespectful. Hold on, let me put it on the screen. All right. So this is a list of the games that are going to come out on all the major platforms in August, right? And they didn't have it up the last show, but they got it up now. So I looked at it and I noticed that there are some of the Stadia games that are listed here, which is cool. But they don't have Grime on here, Storm. They don't have Stadia as receiving Madden on here. So I don't even know if it's worth me even mentioning this list. But here they go. Some of the big names that are on here. Humankind is coming to PC and Stadia. What came there day before yesterday. Marvel's Avengers Black Panther hit the day before yesterday as well. Space Invaders Invincible Collection hit the Switch on the 17th. Ambition hit PC. Hell Architect hit there as well. Mortal Shell. Let me see what else we got here. Monster Train. Ghost of Tsushima came out. It's coming out tomorrow, or didn't it come out already? The Ghost of Tsushima director's cut?
Yeah, it says August 18th right there. I think people are already on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. It says Ghost of Tsushima director's cut August 20th.
Tomorrow. Oh yeah, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. My bad. I was looking at the wrong game.
Madden 22 is out, but they don't have Stadia listed for some reason. Sniper Warrior Contracts 2 is out for PlayStation 5. So that's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Well, that's coming out on the 24th. It might be a Times exclusive. Spelunky for Switch and Spelunky 2 are both coming on August 26th, unless that's a typo. I don't know if that's correct. And I think that's it for like the big Monster Harvest and some other games. So that's what you got. Oh, No More Heroes 3.
And Psychonauts 2 is coming out on
Psychonauts
Yeah.
the
2
25th.
on the 25th. Yep. Yep. So that's what you got to look forward to this month in August. All right. Let's talk about it, people. Game Pass. Been a lot of controversy about Game Pass. Children are missing.
Yeah.
Wives are screaming in terror.
Yeah.
All because Outriders, they didn't get paid any royalty. So here's the story. This is courtesy of our good friend Paul Tassi, right? And for those of you that know the trials and tribulations I've had with Paul Tassi over his Stadia writings, you know, he's still my good friend now. But he says here, Outriders dev doesn't know sales, hasn't been paid royalties by Square Enix. And if Forbes would stop trying to spam me with all types of stuff, I can read you the article. Here it goes. The long-term future of Outriders may be in doubt as the reality on the ground is not as rosy as Square Enix had indicated near launch. When Outriders was released a few months ago, Square Enix said they were happy with the initial sales and its player base size. But as time has gone on, People Can Fly is now speaking up about the rather bizarre situation currently going on with the game. So that situation is, they said in an investors call, y'all, that they didn't get paid any royalties. So that sounds like to me that they had a royalty structured deal with Square Enix. But we all know that they all likely got a huge stipend. Let me do this too.
There's a couple things here that with this whole hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we hear you.
There's a couple whole things. I'm trying to figure out how people are, and y'all gonna be surprised that I'm gonna say this, but I'm trying to figure out how people are equating Game Pass into this whole thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the reason I'm saying this is because Square Enix made the deal with Microsoft and Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
If they got that big chunk of money, then Square Enix got that big chunk of money.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay? These guys who made this game, Square Enix owns the Outriders IP. They work for Square Enix.
Exactly.
So how is it that everybody's blaming Game Pass for this? This is just Square Enix screwing over their developers for an IP that they own.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, does anybody else see where I'm going with that? Like I said, we don't know the whole structure of Game Pass or whatever, but Square Enix made that deal with Microsoft, and that big chunk of money Square Enix got.
So Snobunni is saying, and y'all put in panel, y'all let me know what y'all think. And in the chat, let us know what y'all think. Mm-hmm. Snobunni is saying that the guilty party in this equation is solely Square Enix. It's not Game Pass. Who wants to take that mantle next and either agree or disagree on that?
I'll jump on it real quick because she pretty much said it perfectly. That is, I've been trying to figure out what the whole problem is and how they equate it to Game Pass as well. And no one can make it make sense. So the only thing I could think of is that maybe there's nothing else to play for those people that are saying that. So they got to play narrative games. And this is what they're doing.
Woo!
Yeah. So
it's not that, Doc. It's not
I don't
that.
understand.
What the thing is people are, the developers of the game is saying that, you know, hey, we didn't get paid royalties. We haven't gotten anything for this.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was just trolling.
No. What I'm
trolling
saying
the other
is,
crowd. I'm trolling the crowd that's saying that.
No, but what I'm saying is the other crowd, they're automatically assuming that it's Game Pass. It's not the fact they don't have anything to play. They're just trying to find something to shoot Game Pass in the foot with, and this is not something they can do it with.
Well,
I agree with you.
To be fair to those that may think the opposite, People Can Fly did say when they were queried about why they didn't get paid in royalties, they said, well, the company didn't, maybe Square Enix didn't recoup on their fees and I'm ad-libbing here, and one of the things that could have complicated, I don't have the direct quote in front of me, but one of the things that could have complicated this, they said, was the Game Pass deal. Meaning that they had a royalty deal, and if X amount of royalties were sold, that would have automatically start triggering payments to them. When the Game Pass money came in, that may have helped Square Enix recoup funds, but it didn't count towards People Can Fly's royalty deal. So they suggested that themselves. I know there was a lot of fanboys and stuff that were jumping all over that, but People Can Fly made that suggestion themselves. That Game Pass, the deal that came in with Game Pass, could have complicated that. So I want to throw that out there and let y'all continue to take a nab at it.
They signed a bad deal with Square Enix. That's one thing all of these developers need to think about if they're going through somebody else. Like if you're a small developer and you're going through another company, you got to think about, hey, will this company, if they're going to do like a royalty based thing like this company did, they got to automatically think, okay, will this game go on Game Pass day and date?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it does, that's something they all have to think about, because it's automatically not, you have no sales there. No units are being sold. Do you understand what I mean? It's basically a subscription based service. So no units are being sold. So you're screwing yourself out of royalties.
Tronny, did you want to say something to that?
I think she bought.
Uh-oh. Is she bought? Oh, she was in and she left, so she's gonna come back.
Yeah.
In there right now.
Okay. Did anybody else want to take a stab at that?
I think it's something that's going to be resolved quickly. I hope, because if not, it's going to look ugly on Square Enix. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if they're the publisher or whatever responsible for breaking bread or whatever, if that's the case, it makes it interesting listening to what Bunny and Doc are saying, and your clarity made it even more confusing, to me to figure it out, man. So hopefully in the next few days or weeks, we'll definitely be hearing about what really happened, so they can get their damn money that they're owed or whatever, because clearly they don't have it right now. And I want to know what the hell happened, so I'm gonna keep my eyes to the streets, eyes and ears, man.
Proper. Any thoughts on this? You agree with Bunny? And
I'm
Doc?
pretty much where Storm is. I think it's a little too early, man. I think it's a little too early. I think it's something Square's usually, up and up on trying to fix little situations like this. So I'm still keeping an eye out on it. I'm not,
Gotcha.
jumping the fence quite yet on the situation. But me personally, I'm a longtime fan of Square, and I feel that it's a little too early to tell for me, anyways.
Gotcha. All right. So,
MM2K, can I just add something though?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
One of the things that I saw like on Twitter and people arguing about this stuff is like, this Game Pass is hurting the developers and all this other stuff. But if like Bonnie said, right? If Square Enix makes this deal, that's not Game Pass's fault, right? But if any other developer decides to put their games on Game Pass, that's on them. They must have liked the deal. Or if they have a deal with Square Enix, like you can't be mad that Square Enix made that deal. Like I can't get mad at YouTube for deciding how much I'm gonna get paid per ad. If I don't like that, then maybe I should put my videos on a different platform. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand why. What Bonnie said is correct. They want to find a reason to blame Game Pass. And again, I don't. Every single time I try to have somebody explain to me how it's going to kill gaming, they can't give me a good answer. It's all speculation. Quality's going to drop because it's on a subscription. It's like, really? You believe that? Because the high quality games that you claim aren't coming to Game Pass. Battlefield's not coming to Game Pass. They're big enough. They know it's not coming to Game Pass. So it's like I don't get it. I don't know. Just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, right?
Well,
I guess.
go ahead, Tronny. Go ahead, dear.
I'm sorry, you guys. I was gone for a bit, but I feel like sometimes I'm listening to people who have Game Pass, really devoted into it. They make it sound like Game Pass is going to save the industry as a whole. all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, that's true too, though.
Every time they think, I'm like, no, there's always going to be ups and downs with every services. And we have seen that with Amazon. You see that with Stadia and all these other ones. Even PlayStation's now. There's always going to be ups and downs. Nothing's going to be set in stone of good when it comes to any type of services. But
I just want.
it just,
Oh, go ahead. I thought you were done. My bad. Go ahead.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe everybody's against Game Pass. Maybe because a lot of to be honest with you, a lot of people are more upset about Game Pass are usually people who used to be Xbox fans. Used to be. They want to go back to when it used to be. Want to go back to the old school way. Now they got a new, they got a new version of Xbox. Now it's just, it just feels that way, and that's just what I'm going by. So
Yeah. I mean, there's never been a time when we put so much emphasis on the contractual agreements and stuff of these publishers and like we used to care about the games. We didn't give a damn how they got to us. You know what I'm saying? But now everybody want to break down the contractual agreements, and then people want to criticize Stadia and for the 8515, and nobody is asking really what the breakdown is for a deal like this. Like, well, some people might be curious, but y'all get my point, though. It's like, yo, Hound Stadia for the 8515, which really sounds intriguing for developers, especially new ones or whatever that's trying to get their games on platforms. But then we fast forward to Game Pass, and now, you broke down something again. I'm confused by it. I don't now. What are the stipulations? What are these agreements? That's what we need to know. And people always ask, what about Stadia? What did they do? What did they not do? But I don't hear the same people that love Game Pass and hate Stadia asking these questions about this deal right here, for example. It's just one of those things that baffles me, man. It just makes me think. That's all. I do want to put that out there.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between Stadia and Game Pass. With
True.
Stadia, you still have to buy your games.
Well, not all time, in all cases, not all games.
No, I mean no, but what I'm saying is if you don't have Stadia Pro and you just have Stadia, you buy your games, correct?
Yeah, sometimes at a discounted price.
Sales or no sales, you still buying the game.
That's right.
That's a units of sale.
Right.
Okay. If it goes to Game Pass, people pay whatever Game Pass is a month, $15.99, $19.99, depends on which Game Pass you have. You pay that a month, but that's just interaction based. It's not a unit sold.
Yeah.
So
that's
with
what I'm
Game
asking.
Yeah, so
Part of
with
that.
with Stadia, like with you when you buy a game on PlayStation or Switch, it's like 15, it's like 20, 80. The developer gets 80 and they get 20 for putting it on their platform, percent wise. So
Yeah.
that's what we need to know. That's something we have no idea about. We don't understand that structure in Game Pass. Like I said, Stadia, they have a split in Stadia, but on the flip side, the consumer has to buy that game on Stadia. If you have Stadia Pro, you're paying a monthly service and you get free. You paying a monthly service and you're getting free games. If you just have regular Stadia, you're still buying those games, even if it is discounted.
I think what's
I got a legit. Hold on,
go ahead.
This is a legit question. I'm not going either way on this, but what's the difference really between Game Pass now and GameFly back then? Nobody was saying this about GameFly back then. GameFly was pretty much the same thing because you don't own the games on Game Pass.
You don't.
They're there.
No.
A lot of games are there temporarily. They're not there forever. They're not yours.
Right.
You don't own them. I know as I play them, I have games up. I have had games up that I had downloaded that expired, that are not on there anymore. So I didn't own the game.
Right.
It's almost the similar thing that nobody talked about GameFly ruining games back in the day.
Right.
So why is it a thing now? Why is that an issue now?
Because it's Microsoft. Because it's Microsoft, and they want to hate on Microsoft. That's what it comes down
And
to.
Stadia.
It's Stadia. Yeah. But the other thing is, like, we're over here saying that we need to find a structure. I'm a gamer. I'm not a developer. I don't need to know anything. I don't care what the split is. I want to go on the service that's going to get me the most,
Right.
where I can play the most games.
Right.
Like, if these developers, they're grown men and women, they need to figure out how they're gonna make their money. And if Stadia doesn't make sense, don't put
Mhm.
your thing on Stadia. The
There
same
you
way
go.
some of these
Oh no, they
artists,
got that big cut now though. They got that bigger
yeah,
cut now though.
yeah,
So
some of these, yeah. Like I made a video talking about how Jay-Z for the longest decided not to have his music on Apple Music.
Yeah.
He only had his music on Tidal.
Tidal,
Okay,
yeah.
that's a choice that he took, right? I stopped listening to Jay-Z for a minute because I'm not gonna get Tidal. And then guess what? Now he's back on Apple Music. Good for him.
Right.
What I mean,
Good
like
point.
I'm worried
Good
about
music.
me. I'm not worried about these developers. When I become a developer, then I'll come on this podcast talking about Game Pass is horrible and Stadia is horrible. But as long as I'm the consumer, $15 a month, and I get to play all these games.
Yo,
Absolutely, Doc. I'm with you on that.
I ain't getting a cut of
hold
that
on to
cheese.
you guys.
All right, here's what I dropped the bomb on y'all. I'm channeling my inner King Thrash. Someone call King Thrash and tell him because he'd be proud of me right now because I saw him going head to head. He was going head to head with my brother Post Up, and there were Twitter Spaces. And you did have a whole bunch of PlayStation people that I found was funny. He had like 300 PlayStation people talking about how Game Pass was the end of life and all other stuff. I'm not gonna go that far, but I'm gonna channel my inner King Thrash. I think Thrash will be proud of me.
Make it make sense though.
I'm gonna make it make sense. To the question of who's at fault, explicitly it's Square Enix. Inadvertently, it is Game Pass. Here's how. Explicitly, Square Enix sat down with People Can Fly from all intents and purposes, and it created a royalty structured deal with them to say, look, if you sell X amount of units, that's going to give us X amount of dollars. Therefore, we can recoup the cost of making this game. Anything after that, we'll start kicking off royalty deals from the way it sounds. And that's an atypical business deal, right? Or game business deal. Mm-hmm. What happened was, and this is the part of it that a lot of people don't realize, that I got laughed at for calling out several months ago. However, I just sat back and chilled, sipped my tea, and waited for everything to fall into place. This deal with Outriders wasn't supposed to happen. It happened at the last minute. How do I know that it happened at the last minute? I'm gonna tell you how. I'm not gonna name any names, but I have a good friend that is close to Xbox or is close to a lot of Xbox dealings, right? I lost a bet to them. When I lost that bet, I told them, I said, look, to pay you back, I'm going to buy you Outriders. I said, that way me and you can play. You can play on Xbox. I can play on PlayStation. And we can go in harmony and skip to the loo, right? He said, cool, great. I appreciate it, MM2K. Thank you so much. A few days before Xbox started doing the little sneak blitz and putting out the little email and stuff like that, he came back to me and he said, Moss, you know what? Never mind. Nope. I don't need Game Pass. I don't need Outriders. To forget it. I said, you don't need it? I said, no, I owe this to you. He said, no. Don't worry about it. We'll think about something. I said, what about Resident Evil? He said, I'll get back to you. I said, okay. And I didn't think of it. I was like, okay, that's weird. It's like, I felt kind of bad. Like, does my credit stink or something like that? Does my money smell like raw sewage? What's going on? And then I thought about it. And I said, holy shit, hold on. I bet you Outriders is coming to Game Pass. So I called up another Xbox friend of mine. And if they're listening, they're going to know that I lied to them. I said, I want to buy Outriders. I'm really excited about this game. And I'm going to buy it on Xbox. Should I buy it or should I wait? And the person said, I'm just going to say you should wait. That's all I'm going to say. And I knew Outriders was coming to game. Now, why did I, and not only because of that, now why would Outriders be coming to Game Pass all of a sudden through a last minute deal? I'm not 100% sure about this. I'm just going off of what I see. Because, and this is what I got laughed at, but it's all falling into place right now. Stadia, a few months ago, went on this world tour or they were doing this big campaign with Square Enix about how the game was now dropping day and date on Stadia and how the game was going to look so good on Stadia.
They did.
And that was so reminiscent of what? Cyberpunk 2077. And Outriders, before it launched, we know it's a buggy mess, but before it launched, it was the big game of the year. It was the big game of April. Everybody was talking, it was the biggest game people were talking about. I surmised that what Xbox did is they looked at that and they said, whoa, 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 whoa. We can't let this happen again. We already got embarrassed with Cyberpunk 2077. We had that ugly ass console and it doesn't play right on the console and all this other stuff. And Stadia actually looked good. We want to keep our foot on Stadia's neck. So then they signed Outriders into Game Pass day one and put it on the cloud simultaneously. And I said that has something to do with Stadia. People laughed at it. Here's now what Xbox did is they went to Square Enix, and that deal I would assume, because Phil Spencer has talked about this. He said there's multiple Xbox deals. They do multiple things. He said they'll pay you by how many engagement hours or whatever. He said they'll also pay you your production costs if it's a high-class game. So I imagine that Phil Spencer wrote out a very huge check to Square Enix towards whatever it costs for them to make the game. So to Bunny and Doc's point, yes, Square Enix got greedy. They said, hold on. You're giving this money to us all of a sudden. We do got this deal with People Can Fly, but technically we don't have to apply this towards that deal. And they kept the money. And hence why they dropped an article a month before this that said, Xbox Game Pass paid off for us. Y'all got to read between the lines. They said it paid off for us. Not for everybody involved, for us, Square Enix. So that makes Square Enix complicit in this. Here's where Game Pass inadvertently is involved and where they got to be cognizant of this. This all happened last minute. And these Game Pass deals are new. This game was in development for years before Game Pass started even getting big ticket multi-plat games and Game Pass day and day. They just started that this year. So when Square Enix and People Can Fly put up their contract, that was years ago. So People Can Fly could do nothing about this. Square Enix, as the publisher, at the last minute got this money, didn't restructure the contract, and now People Can Fly are screwed over it. If Game Pass, this is where they're inadvertently involved. If Game Pass continues to swoop in at the last minute because they're worried about this competitor or they're worried about that competitor, I do think a legitimate question can be asked. Is this going to hurt the devs? Should Xbox instead say, okay, this is a last minute deal to make sure that the devs are protected? How about we give the devs 10% in their hand and we give you 90%? I know they don't have to do that, but here goes my question to the panel, and I'm going to shut the hell up. Being that Game Pass, y'all see it now. There's 80 people in spaces. King Thrash is going on a world tour. He's having a blast. Him and J-Dub. This is making Game Pass look bad. In order for... It's making it look bad to the general public, because now you got a lot of people. Paul Tassi. Here goes another article I can pull up right now. This is from Tom's Guide. There's a whole bunch of articles saying that People Can Fly is essentially are blaming Game Pass for this. So the question is, even though the publisher should give the developer the money, should Game Pass be cognizant of this, because they already got a scarlet letter on them from all these gamers saying, oh, Game Pass is horrible for the developers? Should they make sure that if they're swooping in at the last minute, they split the money? What do you guys think about that? I throw that out there and I'm shutting the hell up.
I think that they might, if Microsoft sees this, they probably are going to start doubling the pay. Giving those developers some money beforehand and giving to the publishers. Just be generous. Microsoft is trying to be generous.
Now that is another side of the coin. That's a flip side to like what me and Doc was saying. Okay, like I said, Square Enix got all that money up front, and they had a developer making the game. Okay, and then on the flip side, it's like you said, it still goes back to Square Enix took the deal and screwed over the developers. But they got that nice little check from
They already got it
Microsoft.
there.
Yeah, they got that check from Microsoft, and so, like I said, and now the developer is coming out saying, "Hey, Game Pass did this to us, blah blah blah," because of
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix. It's like it's almost as if they're now coming out talking about this deal because they're trying to get some money out of Square Enix,
But can
blackmailing them almost or something.
well, true, but can you see if your
Actually, I
people?
feel like they're blackmailing Microsoft at the same
Yeah, they're
time.
black. I
too.
think they're going after
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
Can you? I mean,
They're both.
and Doc, I want you to tell me if I'm full of bullpucky, if I'm full of trash. You know what I'm saying? If I'm pulling this out of nowhere and it doesn't make sense. But imagine if your people can fly. You've already signed this contract with Square Enix. And then Square Enix, what they probably did, me and Storm talked about this on Tuesday. What they probably did is see, it just isn't, I'm gonna be fair, it just ain't Game Pass that's implicit in this. My stadiums, hey, don't shoot the messenger. It might be Google as well. Because we know Google showed up with a bag and said, look, y'all said this game was coming after the fact. How about it comes before how about it come day and date on Stadia? And Square Enix like, oh yeah, sure, we're gonna have a day and date. Yeah, it's gonna look fantastic. Yeah, let's put some pictures out there. And we know the game was horrible on Stadia at launch. So that was pressure point number one. They got a bag from Stadia. They go to People Can Fly, and they say People Can Fly. Now you got to put the Stadia version out there day and date. That's pressure point number one. Then pressure point number two is they walk in with another bag. Okay, now we're putting this game on Game Pass day and date.
Oh.
Can you imagine if your people can fly? How you feel? So Doc or anybody, I'll start with Doc. Is that plausible, or you think that's a bunch of bullcrap? You think Game Pass is still unfairly being blamed?
Actually explained it really well, but then it comes down to what business is. Like that happens in corporate America every single day, where you might sign a contract under one company and then it gets or under one employer and then they get bought by somebody else. Next thing you know, you can't be like, hey, yeah, I want to change everything now. Not only that, but didn't that game come out with like bugs and a whole bunch of other stuff, other problems with it? So they're over here asking for money. Like maybe if your game was good. And then his other problem is look at all the games that have been making money on Game Pass. Didn't we find out about MLB The Show last minute too coming to Game Pass?
Yeah,
that was last minute too. I mean,
but they're the publisher and the developer.
Yeah, but could you imagine?
Sony is the developer. Sony is still the developer from the MLB The Show.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So they got paid regardless.
Exactly, they got paid regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I just don't know if that to put the onus on Game Pass again, because me as a gamer, I'm just being honest with you. I'm being selfish. I want a game, and if you're gonna let me game for $15, bring it day and date. I'm straight. You know?
he said, screw them devs.
Let's
screw
keep
them
it
devs,
real.
but you know, I don't want to sound hard, but it's just like
you're not being harsh. You gotta think about it like this. In the end, we are gamers and we want games.
Yep.
Okay? I'll be straight honest with you. When these developers and everybody crying about these developers having crunch time and this, that, and the other, nobody complains about my job having crunch time.
Hit that like button.
I mean, the thing is my job, I get 3-4 hours of overtime.
Wait, what
we
happened?
lose her?
Oh, no, you lost.
Damn, developer got her. Developer got her.
Yeah, they got her. They got her.
No. Funny.
A developer cut off.
I chose
Oh,
my
you're back.
profession.
You're back.
She's back. She's back. Okay.
Oh, I'm back?
yeah.
You cut off a little bit.
What I was saying was, when these developers and everything complain about crunch time and how they don't have time for this, time for that, you chose to do that job. Just like I chose to work in my busy ass office that's on Chernobyl level of hell right now, but I chose to work it. I'm not going to come out here and try to get sympathy from the gamers or sympathy from my patients because I have to work overtime. Okay? You chose to do that. You can easily find another job.
Well, here's
Might
also...
not be something that you not like. Things like that. Right now, this developer is mad at Square and mad at Game Pass and Microsoft. So now they're coming out talking about it, trying to garner some
sympathy.
Just revenue.
sympathy
And
from
money.
us, the gamers, and it's
And
just
money
like
for
Doc
sure.
said.
Yeah.
It's just like Doc said. I'm a gamer. I don't really care about you. Give me the game.
I care about him.
Yeah. Let me ask. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Tronny. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Also, I noticed when I was looking at this yesterday, when I was reading up on it, they kept mentioning about 3.5 million players.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And in some of the articles. So, and they kept linking that other article in. So I'm assuming like they were, I do believe Square Enix was really looking at Game Pass to be successful for them to garnish more revenue, royalties, so they can get to the developers. I really think they were
And
really
that's
looking
why
at
But
I
the
brought up
thing is,
Stadia with the
and that's
deal,
the
like the
biggest thing.
structure.
You don't do that. You don't. That's what I'm
And
saying. You
that's why
don't
I
do
brought up the
that.
structure of the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I
I
want to
mean,
know what that
That's
contract looked like at the end of the
damn.
day. It's not important, but I want to know what caused this. I do.
But see,
I
here's the
mean,
thing. Let me throw this out
Okay,
here
go
real
ahead,
quick. Let me
Bunny.
throw this out
mhm,
here real quick. Let
Oh,
me throw this out here real
mhm.
quick. So, track phones, right? Track phones end up becoming burner phones. And before 9/11, there was no regulation on them because the people of track phones or whatever said, we're just making affordable, easy to maintain phones. And it isn't our purpose for us to, have smugglers and terrorists and money launderers use our phones. But still, the government said, okay, it may not be your intention, but that's what people are doing. So you got to restructure what you do because you're implicitly
yeah.
being involved. So does Game? I know I'm asking the same question over and over again. I'm trying to get my King Thrash Award for the day, but I'm saying but does Game Pass have to look at what they're doing when it not across the board? I think the majority of their deals, so I'm gonna be honest, the majority of their deals, I think they're fine. I think this was a rare instance where they swooped in at the last minute and completely bungled up a contract inadvertently.
Yeah.
If because of
They
a
do have to-
situation like that, should they restructure how they approach these things?
Now let
Yeah.
me ask you a question, Moss.
Yep.
What if
Hit that
Square
like
never?
button.
What if Square Enix never told Microsoft the deal they had with that developer?
They probably, they probably never told them, but
I mean,
Microsoft's been in the game.
so it's not like Microsoft went in there and purposely did or it inadvertently happened. What if they just never fucking knew about it? What if they never even knew that Square Enix didn't develop the game? Square Enix took the game published to them like, hey, you want to put this on Game Pass?
Well,
They
they
don't
knew-
know about any of the other stuff. We don't
Well-
know what they know and what they didn't know.
I think they knew.
Because Square Enix owns the IP of Outriders.
As far as their responsibility, yes, legally, we can sit there and have all these spaces and do all this stuff. Really, we're just entertaining ourselves when we do this. Legally, Microsoft is in no trouble whatsoever. They legally did what they are allowed to do, which is take money and say, we want said game, give it to us, and give it to the publisher. And the publisher calls the shots. I'm not saying that Microsoft said, oh, this is going to screw people can fly. I think that they didn't care. They just wanted the game because Microsoft, this is not their first foray at this. They're a publisher themselves. They knew that in all likelihood that there could be some disruption to the service if Square Enix didn't stand up to what they needed to do. But Microsoft said, hey, that's not our problem. We want the game. The publisher can give it to us. Here goes the bag. But it goes back to my point with the track phone. Even though you're doing legitimate business, it's inadvertently leading to some skeptical stuff happening. So should you in the long run change your business practice because of it? But that's just me kicking a dead horse.
You know what I said, and I was in one of those spaces. You know what I said to them? And a whole bunch of the other side fans over there. I said, you guys sound like you remember when you were in school and the bell finally rings and you're just happy and you're about to walk out and that one kid raises his hand and he's like, Miss, you forgot to collect the homework. You just want to punch him in the
You
face.
just want to kick him in his throat.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm having a great time right now. I'm having a great deal playing all these games. Don't mess it up for me. Like, let me game, man.
But I think that's what the developers are going to even. That's why I'm saying the developers are going to change this whole thing.
Yeah,
You're
let the
starting to see
developers
that
complain.
now.
Yeah.
But
Let the
look
developers
at
complain.
well, here's the thing: when they complain, there will be some changes.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. So down the line, we're going to see some changes. Certain games may be delayed more because they're going to ask for, hey, we want more time. So more games are going to be delayed more over time, and might cost more if there might be some issues. Down the line with this COVID thing is not really helping the situation.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things might change for a lot of us as gamers. We're going to be more impatient. We're going to be more angry. We're going to be everything. But I do have questions about it. I do have questions about it, and I want to let this go. But since Square Enix is really, I'm just hoping we use the same energy for all companies and not just one, because I'm not saying about Microsoft, but I noticed that every time like Nintendo or PlayStation does something, don't get me wrong, it's not always good either. People will jump on that real quick as well. So it's not just Microsoft is being bullied or nothing. It's just like I see this all the time. So I just feel like, we just don't need to, just feel like one company is getting like, one's an angel and the other ones are just evil or something. We just like
they all
what it is.
Yeah, they all do this.
Yeah, they all do this.
Yeah. I'm done beating this dead horse, but any other thoughts on this before we move on? I just thought it was fun to bring it up.
Oh.
The horse is paying no more.
Yeah, right. No.
He said no. You sound like Red on Friday when Debo walked up to him and said, "You got a problem?"
Yep.
No. All right. Next up on the docket, my good friends, is now this one I think we're all going to be in commonality in regards to. So here's a tweet that I sent based off of a Twitter by the name of Andre Gutierrez. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm gonna do this. I gotta unmute my desktop, and then I'm gonna play this for you guys. So I said, so the media only wants to see the console win that creates the most exciting headline. That's what's good for the market. It shouldn't be based off the one that gamers prefer. Okay, gotcha, News Journal. Here goes the clip. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it right now.
Strangely, they don't have any mental. Matt Piscatella put out the numbers for July, and strangely, they don't have any mention of where Xbox lands in comparison to Sony and Nintendo. Whereas last month in June, they pointed out that Xbox outsold PlayStation, and now this month we have no idea where Xbox lands comparatively. But let's talk about what we do know. So we know that PlayStation and Nintendo are on top. No mention of Xbox. Now, if PlayStation just continues to dominate, I don't think that's good for the market. If PlayStation wins, sure, okay, great, whatever. But I would rather see them at parity. And that's largely what I've been saying throughout all of these videos. It's good when Xbox catches up, and they do well because people like to see the person that's not winning suddenly come out on top, right? So it's just like if PlayStation keeps winning, it's sort of not that interesting unless they start breaking records or something. And I did a few videos about when they broke records. I do hope that Xbox catches up and is able to be close to where PlayStation is. Matt Piss.
All right, so there we go. There you have it. Doc, it's your buddy. It's your buddy.
Oh boy.
I'm going to throw the question at you first. Did everybody heard that? Did everybody on the panel hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it.
Doc, what is he talking about, and is he right?
No, he's not right. No, he's not right. He's not right at all. And this is one thing I don't understand. Most Xbox gamers don't play that numbers game.
Yeah.
Because we're not dumb. We know that Sony is a selling machine. We're not done. So when we're arguing about platforms, we don't bring up number. Even though if you were to Google what's worth more, Xbox or Sony, not Microsoft, like literally Xbox or PlayStation, Xbox is worth way more, right? But we still don't bring up sales or any of that stuff because we know. So for him to say that we want to see, like, no, every Xbox gamers are happy. We're happy. I'm telling you, we're eating right now. Now, developers might not be eating, but we're eating right now. Right? So I don't understand what he's talking about. I've never looked at a sales chart and been like, yes, Microsoft is catching up. Like, no, we don't care. I don't know why he's saying that. What he's doing is like Storm said earlier, he's showing his true colors. Like anything that he tried to show being objective or whatever is out the window, and it is what it is.
I'm trying to figure out why now. Why do this? Like, I could see if something happened, like Xbox lost a substantial amount of money or something like that. Oh my gosh, they're threatening to turn off the lights on the cloud or something crazy, right? Would have to happen for me to get out there and make a video like this, man. So it's definitely fanboyism written all over it. People have been accusing Destin Legarie of this stuff before, and it's just quite apparent right now, man. We talk about it so much, but here's part of the proof right here. If this is not clear, whether you are Doc is the biggest Xbox gamer I know, man. But Doc can agree when something sounds shady, man. And this right here is shaky. It's shaky. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it, bro. So I'm gonna listen to somebody else with this one right here, man. Please, somebody pick this up, man. Who else? Who wants to talk about what we just saw?
Bunny.
Okay.
Bunny.
Let's see here.
Okay, here's this.
How can I say this?
Oh no, don't, Bunny. Don't ruin it.
Make it make sense,
Make
Bunny.
it
Make it make sense.
Haven't I told everybody
Yep.
to stop fucking listening to fruitcakes like this? Because the thing is they are doing it to stay relevant and to keep clicks and to keep a fucking paycheck. Why y'all stressing about this fruitcake? I mean, the thing is you hear fanboys, he is fanboying to the extreme. We know this, okay? But he's trying to stay in. Right now, shit's dead. Everything's quiet right now.
Yeah.
What else is he going to make videos on except for inventing something to get people in imaginary mad and to keep a paycheck?
Yeah, I don't know.
I hear Kitty.
I mean, yeah, she outside the door. That's how loud she is, or that's how good this mic is. But my point is I don't even listen to people like this because I know why they're doing it. They're trying to incite that and then get podcasts like us to take it and run with it. Then everybody goes and watches him and he gets a boost to his ego. That's all I'm going to say on it.
Anybody else want to take that up?
Man, I want to go back and say this. Like, people trust IGN, man. When you're affiliated with IGN or whatever, man, it's like if I get out here and start talking about the skies falling and all that stuff, man, you think people ain't going to think that MM2K is crazy like me? You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff. I mean, you got to think about those that you affiliated with before you get out there and do this kind of stuff. And people do it every day, especially we see it on social media every day when people are just dropping stuff and not thinking about the ramifications or the repercussions. Then they go in defense mode when people start coming at their neck, like, yo, you really sound like you have you're in bed with Microsoft or something like that, right? Yeah. So you're telling me that you're reviewing Sony games and Nintendo games and Stadia, y'all talk Stadia whenever you want, and others, you know what I'm saying, other platforms. You mean to tell me I'm gonna take the word of you guys when Destin Legarie, one of your heads, is out here talking like this, man? That's all I'm asking. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like I said, this is IGN. Even though I hate Breath of the Wild and stuff like that, when you dock a game saying too much water, something's wrong with you. Okay.
Mhm.
What was that other game that they're not making a sequel to?
Oh,
You know what game I'm talking about. It was a game that came out.
Oh, Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Days
you
Gone.
remember Days Gone's not getting a sequel.
Oh, I remember that.
You here you go having IGN. Oh, this was a great game and it's not getting a sequel and this, that, and the other, and that's a shame and blasey, blasey, blasey. But yet this is the same website that tore Days Gone a new
Apart.
asshole.
Yep.
They sure did.
Tore it apart with how bad it is. So if anybody don't come up to me quoting IGN as a source to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because in their own, you can go back into their own articles and see the hypocrisy of themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like half of the stuff they were reviewing, I feel like they didn't even play those games. They're just going by what because that's what started to look
remember
like.
the plagiarism thing that happened with IGN?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, with the Nintendo game, they took it off of someone else's YouTube channel.
It was a game that was on the Switch, but it's on various platforms. But the guy plagiarized another YouTuber.
Yep.
And I mean that right there shot all credibility. And they're saying, well, we don't have, and you hear them complaining about how they don't have enough time to play all these games and review all these games. And they're also the ones, like I said, wasn't that guy reviewing Final Fantasy VII, the demo for the remake, and was talking about, oh, this game is hard and this, that, and the other. Then I go over here on Gaming Grandma, this 90-year-old Japanese lady kicking ass and taking names in the Final Fantasy VII remake.
I was like, wait, hold up, what?
So we have all this stuff that we have proof of with IGN. This guy is the head of IGN. Why anybody taking anything he says seriously?
Yeah.
Because he's speaking for the fanboys are taking his word. Let's just call it for what it is. The fanboys are taking his word as facts. That's why he's getting the whole. That's where he's getting his subscribers, his views, and everything. It's going to be the fandom side. That's who he's talking to. And when he's going to sit there saying, "Oh, the market doesn't want Sony to win," I find that like, yo, you're going to lose credibility from Nintendo, Sony. And other gaming, they're gonna figure out like, oh, so you marking down were you giving us bad ratings for our games?
So Tronny, what the hell would make him want to do that? That's the big question of the night, Tronny. What would make him want to get out there in public and say this?
You think someone told him to say it to get paid?
I mean, if that's the case, I guess, you know.
Yeah, well, you know what? Probably someone's paying him to say that.
It's big enough where you can live for that. You cool.
Everybody got a price.
Right.
Proper. You. What do you think about this? I mean, are you in the vein with money that they should just be ignored, or are you bewildered by this statement? What are your thoughts on this?
100%. I'm with Bunny on that because I don't pay attention to anything that IGN says. I follow them on Twitter, but mostly it's just to see what bullshit they talk about.
Right.
For the most part, so.
Right. They're in now.
They have the one Twitter stream where you can grab a bag of popcorn and some drinks, and you know you're going to laugh when you read their Twitter stream. You having a bad day, you go read their Twitter stream, they will cheer you right on up with laughter.
But you know what?
Relief.
That's us. We're the 5%. We're the hardcore. We know better not to listen to them because, look, a YouTuber that gets 2 views a year knows more than people at IGN. But what we can't forget is IGN is the #1 game publication in the world. #1.
Very influential. Yep.
So they're very influential and they got a lot of, mind share persuasion or influence over a lot of gamers. And I'm guessing what PlayStation or Xbox people are concerned about is they know that they need the casual gamer. So is the casual gamer listening to this hoopla and thinking that Justin is on to something, is that a legitimate concern or what?
That's exactly why I'm sorry about that, Doc. Go ahead.
Real quick, it is a legitimate concern because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I used to definitely listen to IGN, especially for game reviews. I remember I would just, my thing was if I wanted to see the review in a game, I would go to IGN and then I would go to GameStop. And from there, I would make a decision. Right now, thanks to Game Pass, that's killing the gaming industry. I don't look at reviews anymore. I just play the game myself. You know what I mean? But before, when I was spending my hard-earned money, I'd be like, well, let me see what review this game got. And yeah, I was paying attention to what IGN and GameStop said, which is now I know is a mistake. Because just because they don't like the game or something that they find broken in the game or whatever might be what makes the game enjoyable for me, So yeah. Yep. But yeah, their influence is what's dangerous. So he has a lot of credibility. You just look at his followers, look how fast his YouTube channel grew. His YouTube channel grew crazy fast. I don't know if you guys know like when he started it, but he's flying.
He flew up there. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there's easy just to spew out bullshit and get people to like you instead of being honest and tell it like it is, like the honesty. And just enjoy games. You're not going to get that much reviews because people like company likes Misery Likes Company. That's pretty much what YouTube have the times about. People have to find the most negative influencer or channel. They get the most subscribers. I said, damn, are people really that sad these days?
You know what? I blame that Bethesda deal, man. I really do. I'm not even laughing.
Speak it.
Not even laughing. Not even
what? Speaking.
Hey, we talking about Square Enix and people can fly and all that. I'm gonna go back to Bethesda, man. Microsoft went out there, pulled out the bucks, man, and acquired Bethesda and ZeniMax and all that, right? People lost their goddamn mind, including Destin Legarie, man. I mean, think about it, y'all. Think about it. People that wasn't talking no damn Xbox, all of a sudden is a bot. We love Xbox. I got me a custom controller. If you ain't Doc, if you ain't somebody out there, y'all, that's been doing this for a while before the deal and all this stuff. Now, Doc, you growing too, man. You're growing fast too, bro. And I know you want to grow faster, probably. You know what I mean? But man, you up there. You getting up there, Doc. So, but you've been doing. You could tell who's doing it for real.
Yeah.
Who's doing it because. You know what I'm saying? You can tell people that jumped on to kind of ride the wave of Bethesda. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying right now, man. I don't know who would disagree, but it is what it is.
I got you.
I do want to ask a question to Doc. Where'd you get that turtle with the little medical? Where's that come from?
Oh, that's actually one of my good friends, ISO. He was in the chat earlier. He actually made that for me. So he found that somewhere. He found like a base image of it online, and then he added the Caduce to it and everything, and he sent it to me. He's like, "Hey, how do you like it?" And I was like, "Oh, I actually like it a lot." And then I just been using it ever since.
Okay. Now you're the turtle man.
Turtle.
I like turtles. I even made a turtle controller, which was crazy that I even spent money on that. But the design lab got me. They got me.
So here's my thoughts on this. And y'all tell me if I'm crazy again. And I won't be as long, trust me. Destin says two unique things. He says the market doesn't like this, and people often like to see the underdog take over. My issue is that the way that he says it, he's making it seem like that he's talking about us, that the consumer, this ain't good for the consumer market, and that the consumer wants to see the underdog take it. That's not the case, because the consumer, it's fine with the consumer. It doesn't do anything to the market. Like when PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 dominated, guess what happened? We talked about this before we went on air. Guess what happened? Nintendo said, you know what? We're out of the whole hardcore console thing. And they created one of their most successful consoles to date, which is the Wii. And 2 generations later, an even more successful one called the Switch, based off of them saying, look, PlayStation got the hardcore console thing in the bag. We stepping away. We doing something else, right? So shout out. That was because of back-to-back dominance. I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
Doc. I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
And then Microsoft, look at Microsoft. After getting beat 150 million to 24 million after PlayStation 2's generation and PlayStation 1 dominated. What happened? They came out with the 360 and they slayed the mighty dragon. You see what I'm saying? So I don't get where he's saying that the market hurts from it. That was some of the best years of gaming as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not even a PlayStation fan all like. I wasn't back then. And I love my 360 is my favorite console. So with that being said, I don't know why he would say that about the market. And two, no, we don't care about the whole underdog thing. We want to know what's the best product. When he's talking about people, he's talking about journalists. Because remember, he said it's boring. And what did Storm and everybody on this panel say? That it's slow right now. So they just told on themselves. They're doing all of this. They're telling lies, making up shit. They're doing it because it's slow for them and their clicks. So, I mean, hopefully we realized that IGN is not good when they're arguing for our favorite piece of plastic or against it. Like Proper said earlier, just ignore them. Just ignore them.
Yeah, it's not even console war anymore. It's just console favoritism.
Yeah,
it's
that's
console
all.
favoritism.
That's all it comes
no
down to,
war.
Tron.
It's just is favoritism. Because I get tired of being one of the people like, yo, I may like PlayStation and I do like some Nintendo, but at the same time, I look at like everybody said, well, you get an Xbox. I gotta see what Xbox have for me to play it.
Boom.
They don't
And that's
much
it for
money.
you. What it has for you.
Yeah, for
Like,
me.
yeah.
See, for me, I'm not gonna go by and say, "Oh yeah, everyone should go by what I say." No. There's nothing for me. You know. So if you guys, that's why I'm saying, like Bunny said, it's not that we can ignore it, but they are the ones who are telling the. But here's the thing: they, like you said, they are the influencers, so they are telling people out there who doesn't have any knowledge of what's really going on that it's pretty much follow the trend. Don't go by what not go by what you try to do your own like thinking. Just think before you buy. It's more like just follow what we say. I'm tired of that. To be honest with you, I'm kind of tired of this thing in the gaming. That's why it's just becoming more of a hassle for me. Sorry.
Now people are gonna say it's slow clicks and all that. Man, they got to get in the lab and be creative. I don't want to hear any of that because you got all these ass games coming out in the fall, coming up. You know what I'm saying, Doc? Summer, you just got Hades and stuff on the Xbox, and other moves are happening every day as we speak, right? Hey, hold up. You got all this stuff you could cover. You talking about slow? I don't fall for that. It ain't slow. It ain't never slow because you could always talk about some of this gaming. You can go retro if you need to. You ain't got to worry about clicks. You know what I'm saying? So that's some BS, man. It comes down to what Tronny just said. It's favoritism, man. That's how we got to call it.
Yep.
I mean, not only like the new stuff coming out, like look at my channel. If you look at all the stuff I play on my channel, most of those games nobody's heard of. There's so much out here in the gaming sphere that people don't know about.
True.
Okay? All the journalists and everything only stick with the most popular stuff. Okay? And then you got smaller YouTubers like us and things who are doing stuff out here, playing games and things that nobody knows about or heard about. Or there's people, YouTubers, who take these type of articles and make huge videos to get clicks and things.
Mm-hmm.
They choose the topics reason why it's slow for them. Okay? You complain that you don't have you have no time to play these games in depth. Right now, there's a slow period for news. Why aren't you playing one of those games and giving little snippets and talking about this, that, and the other?
You used to do that.
People will have more respect listening to you as a reviewer, even if you go back and play something at leisure and give your views and opinions on it, instead of rushing through 100-hour game trying to get it done in 40 hours.
I'm telling you, this is weird because they used to do that. Like old, like reviewers, websites and magazines, they used to just talk about retro games. They used to talk about going back to games that had never been. That's how I knew about some of these games were coming out back in the days, because I never heard of that. They will talk about it.
Yeah.
That's the problem now. It's all about what is popular, what is their favorite console of choice, and all this other stuff. It's not about gaming anymore. And I'm trying to figure out like how y'all keep that job, because if I was somebody, I'd be like, we need to hire people who want to play games. We don't need people just to hear the name.
Well, the problem is that it still gets clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem.
I mean, even with the thing about, we need to hire people who want to play games. So many games are coming out that's not even getting reviewed.
Yeah.
That's a problem. It's a catch-22. There's a ton of games coming out. And I mean, if like 30 games drop in a week, let's say 30 games drop in a week, and let's say 10 drop on each platform of choice. That means you're going to have at least 10 reviewers in each platform of choice for your thing, just to get through that week's games.
They only have like the I just think it's like a few there's only a few of the reviewers, because I think some of them have left and did their own little thing. But
a lot of them are leaving and doing their own things, like Alana Pierce. She used to work. She used to be a reviewer for IGN, I think it was, but now she's working. I think is it Sony Santa Monica?
Yep. Yeah, she works at Sony Santa Monica.
So
she got a
it's
job there.
Yeah, it's like they started using being a gaming journalist to kickstart going into other things. Look at Jason Schreier. What company was he with beforehand? He was with Kotaku. Now doesn't he write for Forbes now?
Bloomberg.
Bloomberg. That's right.
That's a
He
big
now
one.
into Bloomberg. So it's like they're using it to kickstart their careers into other things, okay? And you're getting new reviewers in, and then let's be honest. They can't be making that much money. Like IGN, I heard if you want to work for IGN, you have to up and move to LA or San Francisco.
Damn.
It ain't cheap. Yeah, it ain't cheap to live there. Okay.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, if you want to work for that company, if you get hired for that company, you have to move and relocate to California to be in their hub. Okay. That's not cheap. And from the pay that we're hearing from some of these places who are based in California, they don't make enough to live there without having 4 or 5 roommates.
Yep, that's true. I live in California.
I mean, so that's some things that we have to look at also. There's a lot of things to factor into that. I don't understand why you have to live in California to do the job you're doing, because you could do everything over the computer.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, you it's crazy.
Yeah, that's
X.
and Go ahead. Wait. Proper.
Yo.
What do you want to say?
Oh, I already talked on it. I already said
Oh, okay.
it was bullshit. No, I'm just listening. I mean, most of it it's the same shit. I mean, they full of shit, and I
Right.
mean it's almost like walking through the grocery line, and you pull up a tabloid. I mean, it's almost that bad. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
it's that bad, but it's almost that bad. They put articles and headlines out there for
Man,
you to
that's a
pick up
good
the
way to put it.
magazine.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
Pick up the magazine while you're standing in line waiting for the cashier to get done.
that's
You
a
know, that's
great
pretty
way to
much what
put
it
it.
is.
I
So.
almost bought one today. Almost got me.
I forgot about tabloid bananas.
Dark like me, we about to lose that money on that OnlyFans thing. So dark like me, man. You know, we got to click that. We trying to find out the details on that. That's about to cut in our
Yeah,
review. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change my content now. What are they trying
Yeah,
to do
you
to me?
know.
Yeah.
He he technically he's doing what he does, but at the same time, if you call him out like a mistake or something on his part, he'll block you. He'll block you.
I haven't blocked one person on Twitter yet. I don't
Me
understand what
either,
that blocking
Doc.
thing is.
Doc. Me either, Doc. You are just like me, bro. I can't do it. I won't do it.
I've
I stay following the people that unfollow, and I stay subscribed to the people that sub. You know what I mean? It's not gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I've had
Huh?
to block a few people on Twitter.
Oh yeah, for weird
Yeah.
reasons. Yeah, that's
Like,
different.
yeah. Were they like
Yeah,
toxic?
Yeah,
I did too.
I
Okay.
mean, like real weird reasons.
Okay, that makes sense. But like if you disagree with me and you're still keeping it gaming, like I'm not gonna block you. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
all good. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that if it gets weird. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, majority of them I just block because they're extremely weird, and I'm just like, nah, I'm cool. Do not jump in my conversation.
True.
Mhm.
Oh,
Ooh. I don't know who the hell you talking about.
who?
That's not me.
How's it work?
Tronny, don't listen to that.
Who?
Don't listen to that.
Who? Who? I didn't hear.
Make it bigger. Make it bigger for the people in the back. Man, don't take away the shine of this beautiful tweet, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I like how you
For
just
the
did that.
record, I'm with Project Storm on this.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
no,
record.
you weren't last time. No, you taking the smoke. No, you weren't last time.
No,
You
no,
taking
no,
the
you
smoke. We all taking the smoke. We all taking this smoke.
I was gonna give you full credit. You know how we do.
Go ahead, I'm ready for it. There's nothing I can say.
I told y'all I'm out. That's it. Now listen, man. Here's the deal.
You gotta explain your reasons.
Tronny, cause see, you wasn't on the show, so I got to come at you too. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
For not being present at a time like that.
Oh,
Here's the deal.
no.
I know you had to do something to Tronny. I know, but Bunny came at my neck. You know what I'm saying? I thought I had her in the corner. I thought I had her pinned down because you wasn't there. So I took my best shot at her. So, but I'm not going to say who won that. You know what I mean? Ain't no need to go into all that. Here's the deal. Phil Spencer, I've been telling y'all, this is one of the geniuses in gaming. People think I'm joking. They think I'm capping. They think I'm lying because Phil, he wears these T-shirts and he and he gets on stage and he does that smirk and all that stuff, man. But I keep telling people, man, y'all remember this, Bunny and MM2K. I tell people all the time, man, don't think Phil Spencer's a dummy. Dummies don't make it that far. You know what I'm saying? The boy knows what he's doing. The boy knows what he's talking about. He has that foresight. That's what I like about Phil. He has that foresight, man. That's why he acquired Bethesda. Now, I know I was not happy about that early in the stream, but Phil made that happen, man. So at the end of the day, you got to listen to what the boy is saying, whether you like him or not. You got to listen to what he's saying. But back to the Steamdeck. I told everybody on this panel what the potential was of this device. People try to find, it's 30 FPS. They try to find all the shortcomings, Snobunni. You know what I'm saying? Doc. Try to find all the shortcomings of this device like I didn't know what I was talking about,
I
man.
had a fever last week. Hold
on, Doc. Hold on. Let me rap, man. Let me rap. Doc. You the main ones I'm disappointed at, bro, because you know there's levels to this, man. And I can't understand.
I had food poisoning last week, man.
Oh, I'll give you a pass then.
You can't hold it again. Yeah.
I'll give you a pass. Blow it out your ass, Doc. I ain't got time for it. Here you go.
Give it to you. Give me the smoke. Go ahead, man.
Hey, Doc, you know how we do. But check it out, man. All I was saying was, y'all, this thing has great potential. It has many use cases for a lot of different people. It's a PC. It's a handheld PC. That's all it is. If we use PCs, laptops, whatever, desktops in our lives every day, Surface, Chromebooks, whatever, in our lives every day, why couldn't y'all understand the potential of this thing? Why couldn't even the 30 FPS thing is cool because the majority of the gamers on the planet don't care about that, right? So we can't even knock that, Bunny. We can't even knock that. Hold on, I'm almost done and I'm gonna pass it. We can't even knock that because the majority of the gamers on the planet ain't Project Storm. And Doc just completed Hellblade at 30 FPS. So Doc know damn well what I'm talking about, man. I don't have to come out here and do this. Do I have to come out here and do this? So when I say something, man, I think about it. You know what I mean? I put 1 and 1 together. Sometimes it equals 3, but most of the time it equals 2. Now, Steamdeck is going to come out here and it's going to disrupt the switch, the sales and everything. It's going to do that. Because you got to remember, there's people over there that's pissed off about the Switch OLED. But forget all that. You got the cloud here. You got Stadia, Luna, GeForce Now, Shadow, and everything else in the cloud. That's another way to play more games. That's why Phil took it as a great opportunity. The boy is smart. You don't see Phil Harrison from Google Stadia out there. You don't see Lion Ryan out there, Jim Ryan, I mean. You don't see him out there talking about PS Now can be played on the Steam Deck. You don't see nobody else. Amazon, they're absent. But I bet you what they're going to do in the coming weeks is they're going to do the same damn thing. Don't forget about us, too. We could be played on the Steam Deck as well. But we'll see, man. I just call it like it is. Who wants the microphone?
I just got one thing real quick. So my thing is this. When I saw him playing with it, this is where, because I still haven't canceled my pre-order for this thing. But if it's only Xcloud, I'm still going to be disappointed. But if I'm allowed to use Game Pass like the same way Game Pass is used on PC, meaning I can download the game to this device and I could truly play this offline when I'm in an airplane or whatever, which is one of the things that sucks about Stadia is that you can't really use it in an airplane unless you're going to pay for that expensive freaking Wi-Fi. Then this is going to be a huge game changer for me if I can actually download Xcloud or X Game Pass games on it. So we'll see what happens. I'm still on the fence, but I'm not canceling my pre-order just yet, especially since Phil said that he's excited about it.
Thank you. Next.
I think you can play games natively. Can you guys hear me now? Somehow I got muted.
That was good because you didn't interrupt.
no. When I was talking, like you guys could hear me, but they couldn't. I don't know what the hell. Well, I was muted on OBS, but you can play games natively. Like you can. I mean, you have to. You have to. I don't want to say jailbreak. You ain't got jailbreak. You just gotta, put on a different OS operating system and then use it as a PC. Put Windows on there, and you can play Game Pass and download games on there as long as you get
on the go.
SD card. Yeah, you can play it. You can play it natively. Yeah, definitely. Proper. What you think about this, man? I mean, Phil tried it out. He liked it. What are your thoughts, brother?
I'm definitely not surprised. And I definitely believe that it will expand what you'll be able to use it for, because why not? That would hurt them not to give it the capability to play Stadia or even Xbox Game Pass, Epic, all that. It would hurt it. It would hurt the device. Why not? It's not going to hurt Steam. Steam is what Steam is. I mean, it's not going to hurt its revenue by allowing apps to be added to where you can play those different things. I think it's going to be like a portable PC. See why it wouldn't. So
and proper. Like that's why it's going to disrupt the Switch sales. My bad, but go ahead, bro. That's why it's going to disrupt the Switch sales.
I mean, like I said, with Switch, like I said, I'm now finally looking to buy a Switch because we're gamers and they have Metroid. Like I said, that's the only reason Switch is probably still getting bought by me.
Price point.
Price point's good too. So, but like I said, I'm a gamer and I want the games. I really don't. I mean, I look to try to play it on the best thing possible, which is why I got my PC. But when it comes down to it, I mean, it's all about the IPs for me. I want to play the games that I want to play, and I want to play it the best way that I can. Now, this, if I had to make a choice, Steamdeck or the Wii, I'm going with the Steam Deck because the Steam Deck's going to give me more of what I want and more of what I will play. Otherwise, because once I beat Metroid, it's done. It's a done deal. So,
I will say this. I think it's still no go for me because one, my account's been hacked. Two is like, I don't know. That's the only downside. When that account's been hacked, I'm not going to make another one. I may bought maybe 4 or 5 games in the past, but still, that still doesn't really make me feel at least comfortable getting it because it's an open platform anyway. So anyone can just take an account and steal it, your information. Even now, it's going to be more of that because people are sneaky. People already talk about emulating ROMs and stuff for the Steam Deck because it's an open platform. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I already kind of made my choice, Even though I don't know. I think it's good. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, are y'all ready for me?
Yeah, we ready now. Yeah, we're gonna do it now. So, Bunny, here it goes. Hit the like button.
She just took that L though, but let's go.
Bunny, you hear a lot of people talking about how this is gonna take the Switch out because now you're getting the good fidelity that the Switch don't have and all that other stuff. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Let me tell you why that conversation is already dead in the water. For the exact reason that Proper Place is getting the Switch, because it has Metroid. Switch has first-party games that you can only play on Switch. So people are going to buy that platform just for those first-party games. I know people who own Switches and the only thing they buy is the first-party games on it. So you're saying it's going to disrupt the Switch sales. It's not going to disrupt it to the degree that everybody thinks it is because people are buying them for those first party games. Everybody says the only reason people buy Nintendo is for the first party sales. Third party is nice and things like that, but it's for those first party games. Secondly, you brought up the fact that I brought up that the Steam Deck is 30 frames per second. And Doc, you got up here and said you played Hellblade at 30 frames per second. I was going to comment on your video underneath my other account, but I forgot to. Now, you at one point had said, questioned, how could I play the Switch with those low FPS, 30 frames per second? How could I play it? Now you understand that gameplay matters. If the game is good, you'll play it at any frames per second.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
I challenged myself to do it, and I enjoyed it, which is crazy.
Now you see why some people really love the Switch. It doesn't matter that it's those low frame rates. It doesn't matter about that. What matters is the game that they are playing. They are totally enjoying it.
You're completely correct. I am not above saying I was wrong.
Okay, Storm.
Oh shit, she's not there.
Get him.
Good luck.
Storm, weren't you the one saying at the beginning of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X generation, saying that these damn consoles better be 4K 60 frames per second? I mean, here's a device coming out that's already telling you it's not so. It's making you're making yourself look like a hypocrite because you said if it's not 4K 60, you don't want it.
I'm gonna swallow my tongue on that one.
It's cool. It's cool because you see something you want and you want to play it because, like you said, you get your Steam library to go. Okay, just like I got a Switch to play Skyrim on the go. Why do I want to spend 80 hours plugged in front of a TV when I could play it an hour here, hour there, whatnot, wherever I'm at?
Hey yo.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You right now see a purpose of the Steam Deck, but remember, don't sit up here talking about the low frame rates and this, that, and the other of the Switch and ditching the Switch because it's not powerful enough. But yet here you are hyping up a console where they're already saying most of the games are going to be at 30 frames per second. Okay.
You done?
Not yet.
He said, uh-oh.
Okay.
He's ready.
So, but that's another thing. So let's get back to what Phil Spencer was saying here, okay? Phil Spencer is hyping up the Steam Deck and saying that it's great to play GamePass, Xcloud, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Wasn't he some months ago hyping up playing on his cell phone? And using his little controller. So is he kicking cell phones to the curb with their multitude of controllers that they got this little thing for that you can connect your phone to the controller to play Xcloud with?
Oh man.
Are they? And he was doing it. Is he kicking that whole thing to the curb now in response to this?
Damn.
You asking me?
Goodness
I'm
gracious.
asking anybody on the panel. I mean, and that's the thing. Like he's hyping this up. He's loved the Switch. He's complimented the Switch. Phil Spencer compliments every other gaming console, including Xbox. He's complimented the Switch. He's complimented PlayStation when they release big hit games. He's complimented almost everything. So for him to get up here and compliment the Steam Deck, this is normal PR for him.
Yeah, this is smart though because he complimented it and then referenced Game Pass, which is the clear vision. The clear vision is to put Game Pass on everything.
Actually, he hyped up Xcloud, not Game Pass.
Yeah, well, actually,
he said you can play Game Pass games on it too. See, the problem is Nintendo gamers ain't used to no announcements from them, so they don't know how to listen and read. You know what I'm saying?
It's getting nasty.
Here's the thing.
It's getting nasty.
Here's the thing.
Wait a minute. Let's read this. It says, was at Valve Software this week talking with Scott, Eric, Gabe about Steam Deck. After having mine most of the week, like I say, it's a really nice device. Games with me on the go, screen size controls are great. Playing Halo and Age feels great. Xcloud works well. Congrats, Steam Deck team.
But
I don't see him.
You can't get Xcloud without Game Pass.
But there's a different branch of Game Pass called Game Pass Xcloud.
You gotta look into it. You gotta look into it, man.
But here's
that's all
the
I'm
big
saying.
I will say this as someone who I went to T-Mobile. They promote the Xbox controller that's specially made for cell phones. I think that was made for cell phones or something like that in those places. So they had to take them down just because for the Steam Deck. I don't know. That's a good question. What's going to happen to all those? What's going to happen to all those specially made controllers for your cell phone?
Oh, we got to get Storm.
Listen, hey, ain't nobody talking about no cell phones. We talking about the SD, the Steam Deck, not the Stream Deck. We talking about the Steam Deck, man. Listen, here's the thing, y'all. Dig the move. Hey, let me sit up. Hold up. Let me sit up, man. Hey, Bunny. Hey, Bunny. Let me ask
it's about to get nasty. We're going to have to shut it down like OnlyFans.
You ever heard of the dock? And I ain't talking about no damn 1985.
Woo!
There's levels to this, though.
Facts.
I'm going to say this right here, Bunny. The dock is going to be the key to give a gamer like me, a real tech enthusiast, what I need to succeed. See, the Switch ain't giving me nothing but Toady and Mario and Animal Crossing fishing and 1080 peasant, as Brad Sam said.
No, he didn't. It's getting nasty.
I don't have time for that. I moved on to greater things. You know what I'm saying? Greater rings. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, Bunny, to you is you got to get off the Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead on to the cloud. You get you a Steam Deck. You won't have to worry about some of the issues that you having, like performance and all that stuff. You won't have to worry about a portion of your fan base talking about, let me get me a Steam Deck too, because Nintendo ain't giving us nothing but an OLED screen. You just don't have to worry about that stuff. All I'm saying is the Steam Deck is the truth. And I'm going to leave it at this. Now, look, I'm going to leave it at this, Bunny. I'm going to leave it at this because I don't want to go back and forth. I think I'm going to be done after I say this right here. You got to understand the tech. You got to know about that deck. You heard what I'm saying?
And
respect
I'm going
the
to
deck.
say this. There's only been one game that I have ever complained about the frame rates and the performance of. One game. So me complaining about performance, it has to be really, really bad for me to complain about performance on a game. Okay? You can look back on all my stuff, all my old podcasts. I never complained about the power and the performance of things. Moss can even tell you that. So the power or whatever of the Steam Deck, I don't really give a shit about. Now, the Steam Deck is for people. The Steam Deck is marketed to people who have Steam accounts. I don't have a Steam. I don't have a Steam account.
Oh. You best respect the deck.
She's going hard. Go ahead, buddy. Okay. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I have a gaming laptop. Okay, I have a gaming laptop desktop replacement, but I don't have a Steam account. So the people who are targeting for this is people with Steam accounts, okay? Because they want to be able to play their games on the go. That's the one thing the Switch did make everybody want to play games portably.
That's fact.
Think about it like this. Before the Switch came out, were there special fucking controllers and adapters for cell phones and shit?
She's like a battle rapper.
This is getting nasty. This is getting nasty. This is OnlyFans. This is OnlyFans nasty. We got to shut this shit down.
But think about it. Think back on the last few years. Even though mobile gaming were big, nobody was thinking about taking their games on the go until the Switch came out.
Not no AAA games. You're right.
Okay? Nobody was thinking about that until the Switch came out. So right now, every marketing area is trying to tap into that. People think the Steam Deck is the first console that's a portable PC. It's not. There have been ones in the past also.
Game Boy, PSP.
No, I'm not talking about made by consoles. I'm talking about ones made by PC players, PC companies.
He's right.
The Steam Deck is not the first one to ever come out. The only reason it's probably as big as it is now is because everybody is comparing it to the Switch. And the thing is the Steam Deck and the Switch are targeting two separate demographics.
One that's actually about resolution and power, and one that's more about games.
Exactly.
God damn! Go ahead, buddy. She's winning. She's winning.
Okay. Once you break it down,
I'm canceling it.
Okay, but that's the thing. Once you get down to that base level of understanding who they're targeting, you'll realize that it's each company's targeting two different people. How many Steam accounts are there?
No, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Billions on top.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay,
there's a billion. There's actually a billion.
So you got a billion people on Steam, right? Here's a console come out like, oh, let's make this a little handheld. We got a billion people playing on Steam. How many of those people, because if they have a Steam account, you can look at some games between Steam and Switch, like Hades, and I could tell you Civilization 6. If you start playing on one, like if you start playing on your PC on Steam or whatever, you can turn around and pick up that game and cross-save it to your Switch and cross-play between the two if you have each on each console. Here comes Steam Deck. Oh, I wonder how many people on PC also got Switches, because a lot of PC players got Switches as backup consoles for those first-party Nintendo games. Okay, think about it like this. Doc, you have Game Pass Ultimate. Storm, you have Game Pass Ultimate. Everybody on here who has Game Pass Ultimate, okay? If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you can play all the Xbox games on PC. You have a Steam account, you can get third-party games on the PC. PlayStation games, that would probably be the only reason you would have a PlayStation if you wanted those first-party PlayStation games, or a Switch. The only reason you would need it is to have a first-party Switch. So they're looking at this, okay, this Switch is killing it out here with people wanting stuff portable. Why don't we make a device for our Steam clientele, those billion-plus Steam accounts, where we can make it portable for them to take it on the go?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. The question is, how many of them are actually going to play
it? Can I get tagged in real quick?
Yes, you can.
All right, I appreciate that. Now, my name was said a while back because I said I wanted to play Metroid, and it was against Project Storm. Well, this is the thing. All right? Yes, it's Metroid. Let me tell you why I play on PC and why I don't have a Switch, because you just said that most PC players have a Switch. I don't.
Oh, he tagged in. He tagged in.
Hold on.
Get it. No, he got the floor. He got the floor now.
I've been quiet this whole time.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Now, here's the thing, and this is why I have a PC and why I'm interested in the Steam Deck. Now, Project Storm, what he's saying when it's going to disrupt, they're both portable devices. Now, like I said earlier, if I had the choice between one or two, I'm going to pick the Steam Deck. And here's why. It's the same reason why I have a PC and I don't have a Switch right now, is because PC has the games I want to play. Metroid is not going to make me buy a console. I love Mario Kart as well. I ain't bought it because of Mario Kart, because it ain't worth it to buy Mario Kart. I like Zelda. It ain't worth it to buy the console to get Zelda. Now, Metroid, that's the tipping point for me. 3 games ain't going to make me buy a console. Okay? Now, when it comes down to, Nintendo, and the reason why I don't get Nintendo stuff, and to me, Nintendo's been trash over the years, I'm just going to say that, is because Nintendo is always late with coming out with the IPs. They come out with stuff, but it'd be like months and months later. I done got so far in Genshin before Genshin even came out on Nintendo and other games like that. They come out late with the IPs. So
Genshin still isn't on Nintendo. I think they got
that's my point exactly.
No, I think they got something
that I want to play.
Sony.
They have nothing I want to play. Their first party stuff is not worth me wanting to play.
They got Toady 5.0.
There's nothing I want to play on the Nintendo. Man. Just like majority of the time, Bunny, there's stuff on the PC that you ain't interested in playing. You don't have a Steam account. It's the same thing. It's all the difference between us gamers. But I'm going to tell you this. There's more people that want to play games that's on the Steam than on the Nintendo. People that don't want that kitty shit. You know what
God! Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God!
There's some
Okay,
serious gamers
so
out there.
Oh
So
God!
that's my thing on that.
Let me say something.
but here's one thing. One
DeMarco,
second.
DeMarco.
Okay,
But
go ahead,
here's
buddy.
one thing, proper. I said most gamers. If you don't have it, then you don't fall into that category.
That goes both
Okay.
ways. That goes both
Okay.
ways.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you don't fall into that category. Okay. And yes, let's admit, Nintendo has done some janky ass shit lately. Okay. I ain't gonna say they haven't. Okay. But if that was the case, why are you getting a Switch? You got
Mm.
three
Only
games
reason is
now.
because Metroid is the tipping point. It has games that I would have played, but it's not going to make me buy the console. Steam has tons of games. Do you know how many games I have on my Steam?
And that's what I'm saying. The Steam
It's
Deck
for you.
was marketed
There's a buying point there for the games that I can play, and there'll be games that come out on Steam well before they come out on Nintendo. Well before.
That's what I'm saying. You proved my point exactly.
How?
The Steam Deck was marketed for you.
Okay, so is more people playing how I play?
No, but hold on.
I don't have a Steam account no more, so I don't
Well,
think
that's
so.
because you got hacked. Had you not been hacked,
Yeah.
would you still be playing Steam?
It's a good
No.
Would you
question.
still be playing your games?
No, because it was on my PC. It was mostly for my PC at the time. I had an old PC, so a lot of my
And
games
now you
were on
don't
there.
need it. And now you don't need it. You don't
Right.
have to build a $3,500 PC
Damn.
to
This
play
all
those
I've been
games.
saying.
No, you don't. You don't. No.
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm
Actually,
saying. But that's what I'm
PC
saying.
and
The
form
Steam
factor.
the Steam Deck was marketed for you. Think about it. They made something that you could play your Steam Deck on, put your Steam account on portably. So they marketed that for you.
So I don't see how
And
that
then
doesn't
it's-
prove Storm's point though. Because
yeah.
it would disrupt the market for handheld devices.
Right.
Which is mainly
Not
why people
necessarily because it's
that's
for
mainly
two
why
different
people got a
markets.
Switch.
No.
No, it's for two different markets
no,
of
that's not
gamers.
I understand what Bunny's saying. This is the difference. If you own a Nintendo Switch, that's the only way you're gonna play those games. If you have a Steam account, you can play it on your 3060 or your 3090 or your whatever 4K resolution screen, and then you're gonna have to switch down and downgrade the way that you play. That's what I'm questioning: is are you PC gamers actually gonna be able to play
I'm
a
not
game?
worried about that.
And
I
then
already
we
said
were
that last.
because
I
it's
said
that-
that last time.
that
Why is
doc,
this
you know what I
argument?
mean?
If you're not
I
worried
already
about
said
this,
that last
why
time.
is this an argument?
If I'm
It's
not
that-
worried about what? I'm not worried about
The
downgrading just to
revolution.
play handheld. If I got it
Yeah.
handheld on the go, I'm not worried about when I want to play it at the top frames and all that. I'm on my PC. That's fine.
That's right.
That's where I stream most of the time. I already explained why I'm using the portal. I can play the games that I want to play portably.
But
Why is it a
if I
big deal?
remember-
Look, let me tell you about a meme I literally just saw. Just saw before this stream. Right now, we're all talking about, oh my God. Look at the frames. It's not 60 frames 4K. But back in 2000, we were just impressed that the mouse cursor changed to a sword. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? I'm not that. That's not me. And honestly, that's not a lot of people.
That's
There
what that
is
was me.
people like Storm. I think me personally, I think Storm, love Storm. He's the minority in that regard. In regards to the graphics being top notch and all that.
I'm a king.
Picking on that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grade the thing.
That's not the typical gamer.
No, but the typical PC gamer cares about specs. The typical PC gamer plays with the FPS on. That's a fact. That's a fact. The typical PC gamer has their FPS on. The typical, not you. And this is marketed to the typical PC gamer because it's on Steam. So the whole point is Steam having 1,000, 50,000 billion accounts doesn't matter because most of these PC gamers that are hyping this thing up are probably going to buy it, but they're not going to use it. So it's not going to do anything to the Switch. It's not.
Oh my God.
I don't agree. I mean, here's the thing. People are going to use it, but like I said, it's marketed to two totally different markets. The Switch and the Steam Deck are marketed to two totally different markets.
Yeah, we know.
Gamers.
Yeah, we know that, but that doesn't change the argument. The argument is it going to affect the Switch? And it's not.
Into the Switch sales, bro. It's not gonna.
Remember, I will say this. Oh, go ahead.
It's not going to cause them to, go cold red or anything by any means. It's
Like
not.
Storm is.
But
Okay.
But
Okay. I
Nintendo
bought
is
it
going
out
to
again.
notice. Nintendo's going to notice that some of these sales is going to the deck. That's when they're going to pay attention and they're going to say, we're going to roll out this next gen Nintendo system now.
I'm gonna let you continue to fucking believe that because Nintendo don't give a shit about what's coming out in competition with them.
I believe that. I'm with Bunny on that 100%.
They really don't. They really don't care.
Nintendo don't care. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, they really don't.
Hold on, let me say something. Let me rap, man. Hey, Snobunni, me and Prop, I thought you knew our name. Matter of fact, Bunny, I thought you knew my aim. Hey, Bunny, you should already know my game. Me and Prop, Dragonborn, thought you knew our flames.
Whoa! Did he just drop bars on her? Oh my!
Everybody that's still in the chat, Antonio, that was bars from Mars. That's from y'all. That's for y'all right there, man. I'm out of here.
I mean, that's kind of sad. You got to bring up bars to like shoot down my argument.
Did he just do a Jada kiss on Dipset?
I think I just did, man.
But I do have to ask you this, Storm. Are you keep saying this thing about Nintendo going to start paying attention and this, that, and the other because secretly you wish they would?
Yes.
I mean, the thing is because I'm the biggest Nintendo nerd here, and I'm telling you straight up, you ain't going to give a shit about it. But you trying to defend that shit.
I got a question for Proper. Yo, Proper.
What's up?
Could you imagine Metroid Prime at 4K 60?
Where am I gonna play it though? Where am I gonna play it at 4K 60?
It ain't coming out yet though. We don't know what Metroid Prime is going to be.
No, if Nintendo cared, wouldn't that be amazing if they actually did?
No doubt.
Hey Doc, I tell you what I can imagine though. I can imagine that Steam Deck being in the homes of a lot of people with PCs, man. I can imagine that. Because you can even stream your game straight from your gaming PC to the Steam Deck while you're in bed, man. But people ain't thinking about stuff like this. I'm just saying, man, there's an unlimited amount of use cases and all that stuff, scenarios and all that for the Steam Deck.
Like I said, it's two different markets. The people who have Steam accounts are the ones super happy about the Steam Deck. Okay, people who don't have Steam accounts, they don't care about it. How many console players on the Switch? Okay. Like I said, a lot of PC players have Switches. Not all, but quite a few do. Okay.
Let me ask this real quick. Let's say we're starting fresh, right? Mm-hmm. Nintendo, you're looking at you got the Switch next to you, you got the Steam next to you, right? Let's scratch having a Steam account because that doesn't even matter. It's easy to set up a Steam account.
Yep.
I don't know what's the point of that being even an argument, but let's say you have two brand new consoles side by side. They're coming out. They're running whatever frames they run right now, which is pretty similar. It's not the breaking point, in my opinion. But look at the IPs that both have, and the history of IPs coming out on them. It's all going to be based on, just like Xbox, just like PlayStation, who's going to have what games on each console, in my opinion. Because as a gamer, I'm going to pick the device that's going to have the games that I want to play.
Then go for it. That's it. Just go for it.
You make sense, bro. You make sense.
Is that not how you pick your consoles? Because Bunny, you got the Switch, which I don't argue with you for. That's what you want to play. You have fun playing those games. So that's your thing. But if the majority of the gamers are going to pick the console that's going to have the games they want to play. Who has the most games?
That the Switch don't have, man. Come on, man.
But
then if you're able to play GamePass and all those other things,
it does not go by how many games just go by if it's good.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Proper, you just proved the point to me, man.
Look, I'm not even trying to prove a point to anybody. I'm just looking at. I'm honestly looking at the neutral point. I don't have nothing against the Switch. regardless of what you hear me say, I don't have, because like I said, I'm going to pick one up because of Metroid. That's now I can, once I pick it up now, I can go play Zelda and Mario Kart and things like that because those are games I like too. But it's not a selling point for me right now because it's like, okay, I can play them when Metroid comes out because that's my game. That's the IP I want. Yeah, I'm going to spend the money on a Switch to get that game.
Yeah.
So that's what it boils down to. But when it comes down to it, it's really the gamer and what they want to play. It's not really the console, in all honesty. It's like people want to get PlayStation because they want to play Spider-Man and God of War and things like that. They're not buying an Xbox.
Yeah.
They're not, or they're buying both. Whatever the case may be, gamers are going to buy what they want to buy because of the games they want to play. Now, this is me. Okay, this is my opinion. That the games that I want to play that comes out timely is coming out on PC over Nintendo. And the games I want to play. So if I'm looking at two devices that I'm going to buy one, I'm going to buy the Steam Deck.
All right, we're gonna let Tronny close out. Woo!
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Tronny.
The only thing there's a lot of things I'm looking at. Like everyone has their own point of why they buying it. They buy it for their own personal reasons. That's why I said, like I said earlier, I'm not gonna buy an Xbox until they have something for me to be excited for on their console. But also,
you're a gamer. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so the Steam Deck, like I said, yes, I just explained why I don't even want to start a new account because that's going to be more common than ever. So I was like, okay, if I got screwed over once, I'm not going to go back to that same thing that has happened.
That's understandable.
Yeah, so I feel like, Nintendo's a more secure system for me at the point. And I'm definitely going to get a Switch because there are games that are coming out I'm really excited for. And I don't have nothing, like I said, I have nothing against anybody who's getting the Steam Deck. I just have a lot of, doubts about it though. But that's just because of my personal reasons. That's it. Nothing big.
Well, people, that was a Royal Rumble of the ages. People were pulling people off other people's backs, and that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. No, that was a great.
You know what I'm saying? Flames.
That segment was so great. I gotta apologize to my Stadians. We said we were going to talk about Stadia crossing 200 games. We just don't have the time.
That's
awesome. But they know what happened. They know
that's cool.
What about Stadia's is dead? What are you talking about?
I will say this though. Let's play a game, y'all. Even though, and pretend like y'all didn't see the notes. But Stadia in 21 months. Stadia's accumulated over 200 games in 21 months. Let's take a guess at how many PlayStation had. In the same time.
In the same 21 months?
Yep. Let's pretend you didn't look at the show notes.
I'm not going to give a number, but I would say more.
Yeah, they had more. They had about They had 330 games.
Okay.
Which they're PlayStation and they double, and it really shows because at the beginning, remember they were doubling down on indies and they had indies, and then I went and counted every single game from the PlayStation Store that came out early, and it was really the second year is when they really started blowing up big with the indie games. But guess how many Xbox had? Anybody want to take a guess at how many Xbox had without looking at the notes?
I'm gonna say 140.
Anybody else want to take another guess? Anybody else before we close in on Storm's 140? 210?
I'm gonna say less than 200.
Less than 200?
I'm gonna say less than 200. I don't know the number, but I would say less than 200.
Okay. Xbox One last generation in the same time had 144 games to Stadia's 200.
I was close.
200. All of a sudden, yeah. So for everybody that says that Stadia ain't got no games, they're dead. I get it to where if you're looking at the current lineup, you know what I'm saying? There's still, there's still games they got to get in the current lineup. When y'all go see y'all Biomutants or whatever, you wanted to drop day and date on Stadia, they're going to get to that point. But to say that the platform is launching with no games is not. It's not an accurate depiction. Again, PlayStation 4 had 333 games. Xbox One had 144, and right in the middle of that was Stadia with 201. So shout out to Stadia. You know what I mean?
We got also look at this one thing from that you hear from all gamers about all platforms.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear them say such and such platform has no games,
Mm-hmm.
and each and every one of you guys can agree with this. When somebody says that, that means when I hear that comment from everybody's mouth, for me it equates to that console doesn't have games for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Not for
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
console don't have games for everybody. That console does not have games for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Whether it's Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, or Stadia, or even
Mm-hmm.
Luna. When they
Mm-hmm.
say these consoles have no games, that means there's no games for you that you want to play on them.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, Bunny, there are games that they want to play. Let's keep it real though. There's games that they want
They
to
just
play,
don't.
but
Yeah.
they want their favorite console and their favorite
Yeah.
device to have the games.
Yeah.
That's
I got
you know
into
whatever.
it with I got into it with a bunch of
Yeah,
people that
I
wanted to
mean,
play Young
that's
Soul. They were like, "Oh, why is
Really?
it coming on Stadia?" I said,
Yeah.
I said, "You already have Stadia." No, I don't because I own my games when I got the. No, you have a license. No, that's not true. And I sent him a link, and I ain't hear from him ever again. Like
I mean,
you don't own anything.
I mean,
That's fact.
people need to stop getting butthurt when they hear somebody talking about their console saying that that console doesn't have any games.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to think about it like this, that means that there's no games on that console that you want to play. That person does not want to play.
It depends. I think generally that's what people mean. Like you don't have any games. Like you don't have the popular games, or you don't have enough of the
Yeah,
popular.
exactly.
You don't have enough
That's
of the
all.
popular games, is what they're saying.
Whoa,
And-
hold up.
Basically, that means games that they play.
well, not
So you would
necessarily.
agree if somebody said that the Switch doesn't have games?
Oh, Jesus
For
Christ!
that
Oh,
person who
Jesus.
made
Right.
that
I heard
comment,
I
Oh,
have.
for that person who made that comment, there's no games that they want to play that's on the Switch. That's
The
how I
beautiful,
look at it.
but the beautiful thing about the English language is that you can say that. Like, there's no games on the Switch that I want to play. You see, that's simple. Instead of saying the Switch has no games, which is what
Yeah.
Xbox
Right.
says all the
Exactly.
time.
True.
No,
Right.
that's why
True.
games I don't want to play.
True.
You don't.
True.
You know what's funny about that? How about you just like if someone tells you that on your Twitter account, don't get upset and make a Twitter trying to. This is what I noticed when you say that to somebody,
Make a whole
they
video.
try to
I'll
get
make a whole video.
all their things. They get a whole fan base just to
Mhm.
erase your Twitter account, suspend you, blog out. I was like, wait, hold up, you're that sensitive, dude? Like, if someone just say you had no games, just look at it, block the person, mute them, move on.
I want to bomb their house. They talk about the
Yeah,
Xbox. I want to bomb their house.
you know.
Damn, what
But yo,
I'm like, I got games. Yeah.
yeah, man. I just want to say, man, it was a hell of a discussion tonight. You know what I
Yep.
mean? This is my last time appearing on the podcast with Snobunni. I don't
She
want
was
no smoke
nasty
for-
tonight. She was hella
Yo,
disrespectful.
he came
Hey,
in
the one
calm
time-
and then exploded. Yeah.
I'll come down there.
Yeah.
I'll come down there and melt the driveway. You don't have to worry about nobody shoveling. I'll melt the driveway. Whoosh. Because this is what I do. I'm gonna bring the flames from now on. But y'all gotta understand. Me and Bunny do this. Hey, we
All the
don't do
time.
it all the time.
All
We
the
do
time.
it when we feel passionately about something. I feel strongly about that Steam
No,
Deck
when
and the
we're not
success.
even on, we do it when we're not.
Yeah. Oh damn.
what happened?
Yeah,
It's
Dang
good.
it.
It's good. Yeah, developer got her. Developer got her again.
they got her.
The devs got it again.
Well, with
I
that
have a
said,
question. No,
Uh-huh, go
real
ahead.
quick. I'm sorry.
devs
I'm
got-
sorry. guys. Oh, what the hell?
I don't know.
Oh, you
Does it
back?
happen? You're back. Yay. Okay.
Okay. What's your question?
Oh, okay. So, does anybody have any more like demos of people actually playing the Steam Deck? Like, see how it looks, like actual, like I just want to see more like demos of it. I think that would be more of a big selling point of other people who has doubts or anything. They like to see more. They like to see more of what it looks like to actually play it. It's like what it's like to play on the Steam Deck. I think that's one thing. Will I have a little problem now? Like, is it going to be like a display in the stores, or what they're gonna do?
I know the one thing. I hope so. I hope there's some kind of demo of it because the one thing that concerns me about it is the control set. How the joysticks are on it. That just looks uncomfortable to me.
Yeah.
I heard that it was like one guy on YouTube I follow. He was saying that he was wrong about the Steam Deck and this, that, and the other. But when he was talking about how big the Steam Deck is, he's saying it's like the size of the Wii U tablet.
Ooh, that's pretty big.
Perfect for me because
And
I'm a dunker. You know what I'm saying?
And I was sitting there like, when I heard that it was the size of the Wii U tablet, I was like, oh hell no, because the Wii U tablet was too big for me. That's the one thing I hated about the Wii U. That's the reason I hate the Wii U so bad was the tablet itself.
The controller was pretty comfortable. That tablet was pretty comfortable.
It was too big for my hands.
I still have my Wii U.
My hands. Yeah, my hands were too small. I couldn't reach everything on the tablet.
Wow.
Yeah, I have tiny hands.
Mostly when I played the games on the Wii, and I feel like probably the same with the Switch. I haven't touched it, but I like the one thing I like about like Nintendo's controllers, and it's not really the tablet part of it, but is the Joy-Con separate. That just feels so good to me.
Oh
yeah.
You know what
exactly what I'm saying? And not having to have a typical controller that's together in one bulk. Like I can move my hands however I want to move it and control the same.
Yeah.
That was one thing I always enjoyed about the new Nintendo.
There's a possibility that GameStop, maybe GameStop will have a demonstration, like a little kiosk area for you to try it out and stuff like that. Because I feel like since Phil Spencer
has sold online, I thought that was going to only be allowed. I thought it was only going to be sold online.
Steam has been the GameStop killer. No, Steam has been the GameStop killer. I don't think they're going to allow that.
It's word of mouth is what they're going to need. Man. They're going to need the big influencers saying, "Yo, this is pretty awesome," and that's it.
But like I said, you guys say you want to do a demo of it. I felt like
we got to have it somewhere for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A Best Buy, maybe a Best Buy, or
return policy, y'all. You know how things work these days, man. Just have a 30-day return policy on that thing. Get it shipped to you in a timely fashion.
It better be a 30-day
because
policy.
We know in 2020 we not getting those Steam. I'm not even getting the Steam Deck in 2021. I mean, so 2022 we got to wait for it in 2022 and beyond. Just to get our hands on it. So I can already tell you what's going to happen if you want to listen to me. Now, if you choose not to listen to me, you're going to be looking like, some certain people. That's all.
No, I just saying, I just need to see more, demonstrations on the device. Not just.
That's the thing. Everybody who's talking about it on YouTube and everything, you're not seeing them play it.
Man, these people are getting hands on it. Phil, man. Hey, look.
Phil has hands on it, but we haven't seen him physically. Like, we haven't seen him hold it in his hands so we can gauge how it looks in the hands. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, but not only Phil, man. IGN, that's two credible sources, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Y'all see what I did there.
You
saw how silent I got on that choice.
On that note, I think we're gonna wrap up for today. This was a hell of a show. Exactly. But let's go through the line. Projects, we're gonna start with Project Storm. Storm, let the good people know where they can find you, good brother.
Hey, honestly, you can find me on that Madden 22 at midnight. I was about to say, woo! Now, Madden 22 at midnight. You can definitely find me here on YouTube. Project Storm is the channel. Just type in Project Storm 8K. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to get that 82-inch Samsung Q800T on Saturday. So stay tuned. You know what I mean? I might box it up. I might go on camera or something, man. I don't know. Stay tuned. Subscribe. And then on Twitter, the Nephophiliac is where you can find me. That's someone who loves clouds, y'all. The Nephophiliac. Holla at your boy. Bunny, right. You know I love you. I'll shovel the snow for you if you need me to.
Snow Bunny. Yeah. You came ready for a fight. Everybody came ready for a fight. Storm did. Proper came ready for. He brought out his switchblade. Everybody, Doc. That's right. Even Tron said, I ain't gotta go to work today. Bunny, but where can they find you today? I mean, where can they find you at?
You guys can find me over on my channel, Snobunni Gaming. We have moved Ying Meets Yang of Gaming to Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have my co-host of everything, Project Storm. We also have Rome Rush over there.
every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. over on Snobunni Gaming. You can also find me on Twitter at Snowbunny426. Um, Everywhere else you don't see me at. You can also find Ying Meets Yang of Gaming, I believe also the Commission, among other podcasts over on Radio Public, iTunes, Spotify. You can find us all there so you can listen to this podcast later or any of our podcasts at a later time, how you want, where you want, and when you want to. You can also
Right.
find most of us on the pntsnetwork.com. We're in the process of overhauling our website.
That's
So
right.
you could check over there for us. We're in the process now of doing our pages, things like that. You want more information about any of us, you can go right on over there to pntsnetwork.com and find out our show listings and things like that.
All right.
Word.
Tronny, let the good people know where they can find you at, dear.
Do they want to find me?
They do. They do.
Oh, yeah, I've met so many, to be honest with you guys, I've met so many sweet Stadia people. I met so many of them. I just never met, I was like, yeah, they're like really cool. So I will say this, like, thank you for guys for following me as well on Galactic Cutie Twitter. Well, how do I feel right now? I can't really say how much. I'm doing a rehaul a lot of my stuff too. I'm just changing a lot of things. I'm too shy to really talk more about
You
it.
about
But
to come over to Stadia?
me come to
you
Stadia?
coming? Oh, that's what's up. Play some grind.
You
Let's
want
do
me
it.
to come to Stadia? You want me to come to Stadia? I wouldn't. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind trying some games on there.
That's
I've
what's
been
up.
looking
You heard it right here.
You
Subscribe,
heard it.
y'all. Follow.
I know a lot of people say, "Why Stadia?" I'm like, you know what? I want to go check it out and see for myself. I'm not sitting there saying I'm going to be full in Stadia. I do like you guys give me some ideas. I'm definitely want to see what you guys have.
That's what's up. I think you'll enjoy it. But anyway, we'll talk about it next time.
All right. Proper. Let the good people know where they can find you at, brother.
All right, all my social media, everything, even TikTok. You can find me Proper's Place. My Twitch link is in the description of this stream, so you can find me there. I play variety games, and that's everything except for the shooters, which I'm slowly getting into. Slowly getting back into the shooters. I retired years ago from those.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, everything. You can find me everything. I'm at Proper's Place. So
Yo, what's up with the young prop though, man? What's up with that?
Baby
I
Prop?
thought that was your son at first, bro.
Nah, man, my mom. That's full. My mom. My mom old, man. My mom is 80. And she saw that and she's like, "Where did you find that video of yourself?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" But yeah, Baby Prop is a part. Yeah, you can see Baby Prop over there now. I'm glad to get him back. I had my little filter was wigging out on that Baby Prop filter, but it's back now. So. Yeah, we got the baby over there, little baby over there talking all kinds of crap. So, yeah.
All right. And the right-hand man to Destin Legarie, Doc Dark. Doc, work it. You know I had to mess with you,
don't do my brother like that.
You know I had to mess with him. I told him. I was like,
you
I'm a
had
piggy.
to do him dirty, didn't you?
Yeah, that was crazy.
No, shout out to my brother Doc Dark, 1985. Doc, where can the good people find you at?
Oh, so they can find me on YouTube. It's Doc Dark 1985, and you can find me on Twitch as well, Doc Dark 1985. Same thing as Proper. I play a whole bunch of different games. Right now, I'm going through a backlog of all the games that I haven't played on Game Pass. So, just having a fun time gaming right now. It's a good time to be a gamer overall.
Awesome
Heard
stuff.
that.
All right, and you guys can find me here. You can find me over at Stadia Dosage. We got like 87 channels. No, Stadia Dosage News, Stadia Dosage Streams, and the Twitch-bound Stadia Dosage Plus. We were there today, baby. Also, we're doing the website. And if you want to be part of the Old Dirty Blasters, now hold on now. The Old Dirty Blasters is our game clan where we're playing games that have Stadia crossplay. So if they're PC or Xbox or whatever, as long as they have crossplay with Stadia, you can join that clan. We're starting off with the Division 2 first. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of games. Go over to PNTS Network right now. Look for Old DBZ Clan. It's right there in the menu. Go there, check us out, and you can go sign up to become part of that clan. All right. With that said, this was a hell of a show. Old Dirty Blasters.
Yeah.
Old Dirty
Blasters.
Blasters.
I was like, yo.
ODB, RIP, straight up.
Shout out to my brother, which he'll never play a game with me again because I did him dirty on Destiny. That's a whole nother story. But he came up with the name, the Old Dirty Blasters. With that said, join us. A couple weeks from now, we'll be back 2 Thursdays from now with another Hellified show. Until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.
Oh,
Bye.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
whoosh.
Gotta do the whoosh.